Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light, Season of the Chosen intel. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some easy glitches that will help you get a Master PRESAGE done. This will help get the Solo Flawless or the Catalyst for the Dead Man's Tale. Going to take you through all this information in just 1 second, but first I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. So the first major glitch that we're going to cover is one right at the beginning of the actual PRESAGE. I've covered this a few times before. You can use this in any particular kind of run, whether you're doing it at 12:30 or at 13:20. This is going to save at least 2 minutes overall. If you can get it done faster, you can obviously save a little bit more time. I'm not moving as fast as you possibly could. I know some people out there are real speed runners. But in any case, even for the novice player, this is a fairly easy out-of-map jumping puzzle that just allows you to get the first 2 checkpoints and basically lets you cut through the middle of the map rather than having to go all the way around it. So you make your way out of the map in that same manner that I showed you, and then over to this side of the map where you're going to hit another loading zone. Jump off of this ledge and just kind of float and stay to the left side and you'll be teleported into this area. This is actually normally where you'll come across some enemies, but if you do it correctly, there won't actually be any ads here. Sometimes there will be, but you'll still be able to save a good deal of time. However, I found that more than often, you don't get any ads. You'll progress through as normal at this point. Just know that you can always jump over all the exploding ads, and generally you'll be able to get by them. They'll just kind of blow up behind you. So just try to keep moving as fast as possible and make it to this side as quickly as you can. Again, for this section, just try to jump over the enemies. They'll usually stay in the middle. I was using a Wither Horde for this. Anything that does a lot of sort of AoE damage that you can just kind of plant a shot on the ground and then move over. Let them just blow up behind you. Just make your way to this switch as fast as you can. Head back. You shouldn't have any enemies left on the floor for you. Just don't pay those ones on the right any mind. They will not attack you in here. And then we're going to be heading into the trash compactor room, which, though you want to try to get through as fast as possible if you are doing this solo at a master level, there is a way to basically get around actually dying in this room. So it's better sometimes to have those kind of safeties in your pocket, even if you're not trying to use them. So in this particular run, I was actually able to get everything in this first phase, but if you do get caught out and you can't find the actual last node, or maybe the last 2 nodes, or maybe you just want to do this section without the exploding thrall, or the screebs, excuse me, you can actually just stand right in the middle of the room, directly opposite where the switch is, right in the middle, where you see sort of that light. So right underneath that light on this side. And as long as you stay with your back against the wall, the trash compactor can close and you actually will not get killed by it. So that's just something to know. But again, if you're doing this at master difficulty, every second counts. So you really want to try to make it through that room as quickly as possible. Now for this section, I would actually just suggest bring a sword with void damage and try to take out all those elites as quick as you can. But again, if you get caught out, you can actually jump onto these pipes in the back and there's a spot where you won't actually get hit by any of the enemies. You can stay up here, I would say maybe one section if you just need to plant, like I said, in my case I was using a Wither Horde just to take out all of the red bar ads, but in general you want to just try to take out those elites and then just make your way through the room as quick as you can. But if you do need a place to sort of hide out and just sort of regenerate your health, this would be the best place to do it. It's fairly easy to get to too, and if you are maybe a little bit under power, this is the other sort of location that you can attack from. Definitely bring a void sword. You're going to need some void weapon in general, but I find a void sword really just always helps me out quite a bit. Though I've tried anarchy is another good option for a heavy, because it really helps for the boss. I actually just find that the sword for these sections is really what's going to make the time. So maybe just bring a Wither Horde if you have it, or some other grenade launcher, something that lets you sort of shoot down at the boss, but we'll cover that more once we actually get there. So then just make your way through as normal. And for this next section, though again I stress using a sword and trying to take out the elites as fast as possible, there is going to be at least one time where you're going to need to sort of hide out, and since time is not abundant, you're going to want to be able to make sure you can do damage to all the other ads while you're in a safe space, and that's this area right up here. You can actually jump up on the left. The ship in front that you can't unfortunately jump on does actually block many of the enemies being able to do damage to you, and in this particular block that I'm standing on, you can actually sort of duck down and shoot. Though it's sort of a narrow space, you can actually shoot through it and down on the ads below you. And there's actually a place right up directly to my left that allows you to do this for certain sections too, though sometimes you can get hit by ads up there. But generally this whole section, this whole side, is a fairly good sort of safe space for this. So if you are going for that flawless, just in general, not maybe for the master difficulty flawless, but just a flawless run solo, this is the kind of tricks that will also help you out quite a bit, because you can just sort of take your time up here in those cases. Once you're through that particular section, we're heading into the boss room. Now the boss room has a couple of little cheese spots in it, one major one in particular. It's going to help for the phases between the bosses, because once the boss is downstairs, it's actually not that hard to stay out of his damage zone, but you really kind of get caught out by the ads that actually spawn up here sometimes. So I like to jump up onto this little pipe right here. Now, as the boss comes over, he'll just sort of stare at you, so you can eliminate him very quickly in this first phase. But as you'll see, it actually comes in much handier later on, because this is a good place to hide from all these ads that actually most likely will be the things that sort of end you. Especially, again, the Screebs. They come just always seem to get up behind me without me knowing, and I end up getting blown up by it. So this is usually where I run. As soon as I do a damage phase with the boss, I'll run here, unless it's just sort of one of the like little minor ad spawns where we're not really between a phase so much as we're just getting like a few of these red bar enemies. But in general, between damage phases, that's the place that I'll go up here, just so I can take out that first elite right underneath the pipe, and then maybe the one directly to the right of it. And then these ones you can sort of venture out a little bit more and just hit them with a sword or whatnot. Another thing I would always recommend is when you have to actually hit the switches and the one that's in the actual fire room, make sure that you hit the two on the outside first, because then once you hit that last one, the fire will turn off, so you don't have to worry about running out. So it gives you essentially more time. On this side, you can actually jump onto this pipe too if you need to, but in general, just use the sword at this point and take out these last few ads. And then for the damage to the boss, I tend to want to stay on this actual side of the room. You'll see me come back around. You can rotate back and forth. That's not a bad strategy, and occasionally I will jump down on the opposite side just so I can get the boss to move a little bit, so I can get a better shot at him, especially if I'm using a sniper. But in this case, as you can see, I hit the activate this one last. I'm going to head back over to that side of the room for the majority of the encounter, just because there's this one spot right here that you can just hide on the left on this pipe, And as the boss comes out, though you're not really on the second level, he behaves as if you are on the second level. And you can sometimes get caught here by the ads that spawn, just because they'll pull you down using that trap that the elites lay. But in general, the boss will sort of stay in this area, and you can just do damage to him through dots from your Wither Horde. You can get daring occasionally and maybe hit him with a sword if you want to try that, but in general, I just say just burn him like this. You have pretty easy shots on him all the way through. So that's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully this helps you get your catalyst for your Dead Man's Tale, or just a solo or flawless completion, or a master completion, any one of those. For the secret hashtag, leave in the comments section of today's video. Leave a hashtag Beyond Light, or a hashtag Season of the Chosen, or a hashtag PRESAGE or PRESAGE. I'm always confused on how you actually pronounce that. But as always, I am Wilhelm Scream, and of course, we will see you in the next video. Little